So we all know what ghosting is, when a partner stops speaking with you, decides to pull away from you. But have you heard of zombieing, which is when a ghosting partner starts to reach back out with you? When this happens, this can be confusing as hell. When a partner's broken up with you, but then starts to get back in contact, or an ex starts to text again after months or even years away, it can kind of mess your head up. Why are they doing it? So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why an ex wants to reach back out after a breakup, divorce, or a separation, whether you should speak to them, what is the thinking behind them doing it, and what you can do about it. So after a breakup, you're just trying to get on with things, you're trying to live your life, you're trying to get your life back together after the emotional toll of a breakup. But then you get a text message or an email or a phone call from an ex checking in on you, asking you how you're doing, or saying that they want to speak. It can be super confusing as to why they're reaching back out. Do they want to get back together? Are they stalking you? Are they checking up on you? Do they have some ulterior motive? What the hell is going on? Zombieing is a lot more common than you think. And if you do want to reconcile with this ex reaching out, then it's really crucial what you do during this time to make sure that you don't mess it up. So why? Why are they reaching out right now? Well, there are often a few different reasons why they could be reaching out. The first is they're second guessing their decision. If you are wanting to reconcile with your ex, then this is a good thing. You know, a lot of people in relationships can overthink. Sometimes we make mistakes, right? We make the wrong choice and we want to come back. But there's two mistakes that you can make right here. The first mistake you can make is to immediately jump into showering them with neediness, gifts, texts, replying back straight away, declaring your undying love to them. This is what my ultra normal members and I call being the yes man, falling for the yes man illusion, which is where you suddenly become all needy and do everything that your ex-partner wants in order to try to give the relationship a chance again. But there's also the mistake of falling to the other side of things, which is pretending that you don't want them, pretending you're better than them and that they don't deserve you. This is what we call the lone wolf illusion, which is where you want to reconcile with your ex, but you pretend that you don't want to. Both the yes man illusion and the lone wolf illusion show your partner that actually your life kind of stops without them. When you fall for the yes man illusion, it shows that you've been thinking about them nonstop and that you're willing to put your own needs aside in order to accommodate them. But when you fall for the lone wolf illusion, it shows them that you're so worried about your ego that you have to pretend to yourself and to them that you don't want to reconcile with them. And again, this comes across as very controlling, very manipulative. The truth is, if you shift your focus away from the relationship and onto self-improvement, while also being honest that you do want to reconcile with them, then this will stop you from falling for one or both of these illusions. Now, what you do right now is really crucial. If you do want to reconcile with your ex, punishing them for making the mistake of breaking up with you is going to cause more emotional damage than accepting that people make mistakes and actually working on the relationship itself. People who are attractive and successful and have built a lot of intrinsic value, they often have a lot more options. They have a lot more choices in their lives. And this sometimes means that they have to make more decisions. If you have more options of potential partners, then this means that you have more decisions to make in your life. This can lead to someone overthinking your relationship and wanting to walk away, only for them to realize that they made a mistake and they want to come back. But this doesn't mean that they're going to come back in the same way that they were in the relationship. They're still going to feel a little bit of that overthinking inside. So again, it's really crucial if you do want to reconcile with this ex-partner, not to punish them for leaving you, but to start to look forward to solutions to overcoming the emotional and the logical discords that you've been having in the relationship. Another reason why they could be reaching back out is that they can't find someone better. You know, if your ex broke up with you and they didn't see the potential in the relationship, but they searched around and they realized that actually you are the best option right now, this could be a potential reason. And right now, your initial thought may be, well, I don't want to be someone's second choice. But the truth is that in a world of social media, there is a lot of comparisons going on. There's a comparison culture. Sometimes partners need to have a polarization, a comparison to what they already have. They could have reflected on the relationship a little bit and realized that actually you do have some potential, but they may be not ready to fully commit right now. But if you do want to work on this relationship and bring this ex back, it's crucial right now that you don't get caught up with your ego. You don't get caught up in this idea that I'm second choice. If you want to work on the relationship, your focus needs to be on how to become the best version of you, how to fulfill your potential and learn the right skills and the right mindsets to build a relationship and take the relationship in the right direction. This is where a lot of people mess up. They become fragile. They put their ego ahead of things and they say, well, I'm not going to be someone's second best. So if your partner reaches back out and you show that you're more interested in protecting your ego, then you might just mess up reconciliation. If you're also focused on being this idea of being someone's second choice, then this reinforces your partner's reason for leaving in the first place. That actually, maybe the relationship doesn't have that potential. Fragility is walking away from difficult situations. True strength is showing that you can be focused on the right things, on growing regardless of the outcome. If your ex reaches back out and you decide to put your ego ahead of it and reject them right back and play a tit-for-tat game of rejection, then this shows fragility. And this will reinforce their initial belief that maybe the relationship doesn't have potential. The next reason they could be reaching back out is because they took the time to process the relationship and they wanted to make some changes to themselves, and now they want to reintroduce themselves to you. You know, when relationships go through a breakup or go through a tough time, it can take a little bit of time to process these, what we call emotional discords, these emotional challenges that you and your partner had. And it takes a little bit of time and reflection to heal them. And this is what everyone should be doing during a breakup, is reflecting on where they can improve, where their blind spots have been, and what work they need to do in order to improve themselves for future relationships, whether it's with yourself or whether it's with somebody else. Taking that time to self-reflect and process is something that's really, really crucial. So if your ex is reaching back out during this time and they have been processing it, then again, this is a really crucial stage to not fumble and not drop the ball. And I've actually done a deeper dive video into the stages of reconciliation here, which I'll link to above and in the description down below. But ultimately, what you do here, if you do want to reconcile with your ex, is really crucial. There are a lot of mistakes that you can make during the stage, so do make sure you watch that video. And this is exactly what happened with Mark, one of my most successful members. His partner went away and started processing the breakup. Mark came to me and started working on his relationship skills. He started reflecting on where his blind spots were and where he could improve on for the future. What Mark didn't know is that his partner was also doing the same, reflecting and growing. So by the time his partner reached back out, Mark was ready to start taking the relationship to the next level. And now they're actually a very successful couple. They're both doing really well because they both did the same work. So if you want to join Mark, then join me on my free relationship bootcamp, where you'll learn the same steps and tools that all of my members have used to not only navigate reconciliation with their partner, but also to grow the relationship in the right direction. Just click on the link in the description to grab your spot today. Now, I just want to say that these are potential reasons why your partner might be reaching back out, but it's really important to make sure that you don't assume that you know the exact reason why they're reaching back out. And I'll dive deeper into this into the last point, but I just want to point this out now because it's really important to know that you don't assume that you know which one it is. Another reason why your ex could be reaching back out is because your partner could be simply curious. A lot of people get hung up on this idea that this may be manipulative or selfish, but this is just a normal human reaction. Sometimes we can just get curious and wanting to dip our toe into the water of potentially reconnecting with someone. Maybe you are doing well and they noticed. This is one of the most common reasons for them reaching back out. Your ex-partner could feel like they're missing out. You know, ultimately, if you're doing well and you're starting to get your life together and you're starting to reflect on where you could have gone wrong in the past and wanted to start making those improvements, this can be quite attractive to an ex-partner. People are attracted to other people who are doing well. You know, if you think about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, as you start to get your life together and start to get your needs met, people who are filling up their own needs triangle are attractive because they're less needy. They have self-sufficiency. And ultimately, that means that deep down, you could actually potentially be a better partner to your ex. So if they're peripherally seeing that you're doing better than you were before, this can be quite attractive to them and they can start to take an interest again, even from far away. So like I mentioned before, one of the biggest mistakes that you can make is assuming that you know which reason that they are reaching back out. In fact, this is one of the biggest relationship mistakes that you can make. I've actually done a deeper dive video on this, which I'll link to on the screen here. But ultimately, the biggest mistake that people make in relationships is assuming that you know what your partner is thinking. This often leads to a lot of misinterpretations and can actually destroy your chances of reconciliation even more. This is what psychologists call mind reading, and it's one of the most fatal mistakes that you can make in your relationship. So I'll leave you with that deep dive video on mind reading, and I'll see you over there.